Wait, I'm sorry. Me alone.
And you know what I didn't do that we're gonna go ahead and do? This is season 3, episode 15, and it's been tradition that we give every episode a player. And I'm sorry, 15, it can be nobody but my guy. It's gonna always be my guy. I love Patrick Mahomes to death. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to 15, but there's only one 15 in my book. That's the landlord, the trust beware.
Oh, sure. Shout out to the choker.
Shout out to the choker, right? shout out to the choker. Absolutely.
Slander my man like that?
Slander did he do?
I mean, yeah. Was he maybe had a good reason?
Shout out to the
out of pocket.
I love Latrell Sprewell. I love Latrell Sprewell.
Pete, they call this more the dirty choke problem. All right, so we had some tech difficulties and we had some tech difficulties for a second. And
technical.
And the thing I had edited to.
Right, I'm spontaneous. I got shit. Shenanigans was fine.
Commercial break.
You doing come on?
But then she switched to crazy. When I said shenanigans, I agree with she's.
Are y'all getting this?
That's what I thought. He said spontaneous. Maybe wrong, but I'm not crazy. Well, girl, that's just not the same thing.
Are y'all getting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, should we be getting this? Is the question.
You said should we be listening? I mean,
should we be listening?
All right, so I don't know where you guys
I don't know what we're doing right now. I'm so confused.
We're finished. We were talking about.
If you want to start pulling out people, you know.
What is going on right now?
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, we had
Okay, so we're gonna get stuck with basketball.
We were waiting for the tide to pass.
Okay.
We're gonna get stuck with basketball. I see. Cheers to the basketball.
So off air, me and Brown we were discussing Pat Bev and CP3, and he called Pat Bev he called Chris Paul overrated, and he said his nickname was Cone, and that everybody knows him.
Patrick Beverly should shut the fuck up. Just like Kendrick Perkins should shut the fuck up sometimes. Player analyses, they wanna hug nuts when they want to, and then they wanna fucking play the game of I got this inside information when I want to too. Fuck that. That's corny.
I look forward to Patrick Bev having insight.
I don't. You know who I give fucking insight to? A man from fucking Phoenix that played in fucking Toronto, that played in fucking DC. Like, there's niggas that have insight that aren't trying to fucking play people. Like he's trying to act like play people who's been on the upper echelon of the league, and he's not that. He's never been there.
So you have to be at the
No. Because you're skirting.
No, I'm asking. Just asking.
Because I don't want to skirt the if you don't play, you can't have an opinion. Fuck that. That's not true.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, you're not gonna hate from the outside of the club when you can't get in type shit. That's.
Okay.
If you're in the NBA and you're gonna hate on that level, that's a hater on that level. At that point, he's not Tony at X's and O's. He's not telling me why he's a bad defender. He's just saying, oh yeah, he's a cone. Like why? Why was it? Because he didn't have effort. Was his lateral movement slow? Did he play too much on offense? Trying to like what was the problem? What was the issue? He's not giving us that. Gilbert Arenas, at least when he hates on a player like Richard Jesperson, his former teammate, he actually gives you why. There's some whys to it, whether it's real or not. There might be some debate to that. But
Pat Bev is good for entertainment. Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What's good for the
Yes. And his Pat Bev.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Pat Bev is only good for entertainment. Pat Bev, listen. He's already planning his future. He's setting himself up to be a king. Huh?
Shout out to him. I'm mad. You got it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Pat Bev is setting himself up. He's setting his career for after the NBA because Pat Bev is looking like Stephen A. Smith right now.
And look who's giving him the platform.
Well, we're giving him the platform as well because we're talking about it.
Yeah, but we're talking about the platform. Stephen A. Listen,
we're not giving him the platform. We're giving him exposure.
Okay.
Because we're talking about him.
Okay.
Stephen A. is very savvy in who he, because make no mistake about it, nobody goes on First Take if Stephen A. doesn't make it happen. Anybody that's on First Take, that's Stephen A.'s doing. So for him to choose to have Pat Bev, because I'm sure there's other people that probably could have had Pat Beverly on their show. Stephen A. got him on his. And there are people who have polarized.
My whole thing is should a man that's in the league be able to talk about the NBA?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's 2022, and for so long, it's been people who've played before or people who've never played before,
right?
Who has all the time to talk about the game, and you never hear about the people who are actually in the game playing now. So
we can't complain. So the bottom line is we can't complain about what Pat Bev is doing, right or wrong.
Listen, that's why I said I like it, because of I look beyond it being Pat Bev. I look at what he represents. He represents the league and the broadcast networks figuring out a way to include the current players in the conversation.
So we like Pat Bev. Because of his non-filter.
I don't like Pat Bev.
Hey, who just said they don't like Pat Bev? Who said that?
I did. To me,
Jared Dudley is
love or hate him.
Like Beverly is.
Love or hate him. You gotta understand what he's trying to do, though.
Same thing.
Okay, wait, hold on, Felix. Say that one more time.
Love or hate him, you gotta understand what he's trying to do, and at the same time, what is he trying to do, Felix? Bring ratings. It's all a business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
And to himself.
You know what I mean? And to himself, because he's not the only one. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody that watch basketball, everybody knows that people don't like CP3.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. It's not only Pat Beverly. A lot of people don't like CP3. So it's not like, oh my God, why Pat Beverly saying that shit? Like, there's a lot of players that don't like CP3. But at the same time, when you're having a show like Skip and Sue Sharp, Shannon Sharp, or Stephen A. Smith, the First Take, you got to have something that people are going to draw into. You know what? They got Pat Bev there. I wonder what he's going to say. I'm going to tune in. It's all a business at the end of the day. Love him or hate him. It's all a business at the end of the day.
Say it one more time.
It's all business at the end of the day.
Thank you.
And another thing, I'm gonna say it in Jay-Z voice. It's only entertainment.
It's only entertainment.
Shout out to Ron.
I don't know. It's like when I hear Pastor
Hey, yo,
Beverly,
B. Hey, yo, B. Hey,
arrogant.
yo, B. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
You muted, Ron.
What happened?
It's only entertainment.
Listen,
All right, bro.
I like what Pat Bev is. I like what he represents as far as active players getting an opportunity to do it on a different level, because he wasn't the first one. Right now, it's him and Draymond. Draymond got the contract from Turner. He's working with ESPN. Prior to that, if you remember, Jalen Rose was actually the first. Well, I think he's like one of the first ones because he got a contract to do it. So he was doing it but he was like on his way out. Like I think he was on like his last season being an active player, but he was sitting on the bench. Pat Bev has at least another 5 years of being an average to best at player. You know what I'm saying? Being a mosquito on teams on defense, thinking he's like somebody that they actually think is like, you're not a cone, you're like a bug, you're a fly. Like, which one's worse? A cone that somebody can easily go around, or a fly that somebody really don't notice it's swat out of the air. Like, but anyways.
Did we like what Danny Green had to say about Pat Bev?
Let's talk about some juicy. Can we get some juicy shit? Can we get some juicy shit real quick?
Let's talk about some college football.
Let's get some juicy shit.
So Nick Saban dipped his foot into the forbidden waters of recruiting and how
bitch ass Nick
in the
Saban.
college football rank, right? He talked about. Oh, man. He talked about Purdue, and he talked about Texas A&M, and what's my God, Jimbo Fisher took his platform and talked about Nick Saban. What do we think about him? First of all, Nick Saban talked about Prime and him saying he gave $1 million. First of all, the player denies he got $1 million. Let's talk about that. Prime denies he got $1 million. His son, Prime's son, denies he got $1 million. But let's talk about all of it. The name, image, likeness. We can talk about all of it. Like, how do y'all feel about the Wild West nature of it at this point? I think the NCAA is doing that on purpose. That's my opinion. And the coaches' reactions to it.
I want you to unpack it.
Okay,
Ron, who's paying attention to this? Basically,
whoever wants to go first. I can go first. Whoever wants to go first.
It's on you, Ron.
Nick Saban is scared.
Yeah, facts.
He's scared.
Yeah.
He's scared because you have to look at it. You have to look at a generation, not only our generation, but let's look 10, 20 years before. So let's look at the guys that are 18, 19, heading into this whole collegiate sports arena, right? We want to go with Coach Prime.
He has all the generation. He has the millennials and the Generation X's like attention. We got our sons are 18. Some of our sons are younger or hasn't been born yet. So, but some of our sons are 40, 45-year-old sons, like we're 45, 50, and we have 20-year-old sons. And Deion Sanders was the man when we were fucking growing up. So we're all looking at him like,
1,000%,
what are you doing? Like, go ahead and go to Coach Prime. Like, that's the man. You know, we're not thinking about
my son. Listen, if my son is 18, if my son is 17, 18 years old, coming out of college, right, and he has all these prospects, I'm telling him to go to Coach Prime.
You mean high school?
Out of high school, right? Out of high school.
Yeah.
If I have a son coming out of high school,
if he's out of school, or my bad, Ron. If he's at a school where he's third string and motherfuckers are saying he might not make it until he's a senior, I might go to fucking Coach Prime or Eddie George. or whoever it has an HBCU has some fucking leverage.
I'm not right. That's right.
There is some shit that has nothing to do with the name, image, likeness. Nothing to do with it. But
what you think about it, Felix?
My thoughts pretty much is I think what Nick Saban did is some sucker shit. Like it's like you've been running college football for almost a decade and you won like 7 championships. He has every advantage like of players that has been the first thing they say, yo, I want to go to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden things have changed and things are not going the way that you want to be. That's when you want to start calling out people and throwing some shots. Like that's some sucker shit. That's some sucker shit. And to be honest with you,
100%, 1,000%, Felix, 1,000%.
And you know that HBCU, I salute Prime because he's trying to bring awareness. Like you don't have to go to Georgia, you don't have to go to Alabama, you don't have to go to Tennessee. You can go to these top-notch HBCUs and make a name for yourself.
Make a name for yourself.
So why the fuck Nick Saban? Like I don't like that shit. I really don't like that shit. It's like saying it's like talent telling. Like you know what I'm saying? When things don't go in your way,
you dry snitching. Yo, Nick Saban is dry snitching.
Yeah, no, he definitely dry snitching. So is Jimbo Fisher.
He's definitely dry snitching.
Jimbo Fisher. Because he's at Texas A&M talking about, I know what fucking Nick Saban does in the yard. He is dry snitching too, but also like saying, why is he opening it up like this?
All right, so
wait. Why open yourself? Are you saying why open yourself up to this?
He was okay with saying that, Texas A&M or everybody or Jackson State or the guy from
Hey, wait. Can I wait? Because he's Nick Saban and he's not this color. because he's Nick Saban and he's not this color.
He could be protected by his burgundy and white Alabama fucking privilege. Cool, but that's not the case. This is not what it is at this point now.
Okay.
Because he's Nick Saban and he has Coca-Cola and Dasani on top of his little thing on the top of his podium.
If I may.
His post conference.
He has a deferring point.
If I may, while I've heard all three of you guys' take, and I agree with all your takes, I feel like you guys are looking at the lines in your hand 3 inches from your face.
Wait, we're doing what, T? I didn't catch that.
You're looking at the lines in your hand 3 inches from your face.
Nah.
Back the hand up and look at it, and they see the whole hand.
Okay.
What Nick Saban is doing, he doesn't mind. He's smart enough to know that people are going to try to play this race card. He's smart enough to know that people are going to call him a hater or whatever. He thinks is the equivalent to somebody being 80 years old. He doesn't care about that shit because he's smart. Listen, it's just think about gentrification.
So what does he care about? What does he care about?
I'll let y'all talk for 5-10 minutes straight. He didn't just have. There wasn't just one white person that moved into the hood. And no. Gentrification is a plan. Yeah. So if I think for a second that Deion Sanders at HBCU is a threat, or anybody on that level can be a threat to not just my team, but the Power 5 conference. Yeah. I know that what I do may not publicly be supported, but privately we will be supported, even by a Jimbo Fisher, who is in the Power 5 conference. Because guess what? When I put a tangible number out there for people to start thinking about, that $1 million talks. And the young kid didn't come out and laugh at the fact that he said, we got $1 million. My mom, we live in a 3-bedroom house with 5 kids. Why would we still be here?
Are you talking? Wait.
That don't make no sense though.
It ain't about.
So hold on. So wait, T.
It's
Are you
about
talking about the current? Are you talking about the current team?
He's trying to protect the SEC.
It's about the kids that it's going to be about the kids that he listen. Even if everybody's paying kids, who
Which
has
they are.
who
Which they are.
has bigger pockets? Alabama.
T.
Or Jackson
Okay,
State.
T.
So if I
So,
go to
okay.
a money game, if we get into a money and we play big bank, take little bank, whose bank is going to win? So you have
T,
to put.
we're not talking. T, this is not.
You can. I
I have
already
a question for you, T.
got-
I got a question for you.
So you get one 5-star recruit. Cool. I got a team full of them. So if my team plays against your team on a national stage, yeah, you might get some points, but I'm gonna blow you off the fucking field.
Nick Saban, but hold on. So T, so Nick Saban is not worried about 2022. Nick Saban is worried about 2025, 2027, 2029. He's worried about the future.
Why is he worried about it?
What you mean? You gotta because he gotta protect the rep. He wanna walk out, he wanna live in infamy. He's the GOAT. He wanna go
He's
to
already the dude. He don't need that.
He gonna get all the favors he wants. He's gonna win our recruits the way he wants because okay, you got that one guy who you said
Saban is worried about Saban is worried about the future. He's not worried about the current state.
That's the mistake y'all making. That's the mistake y'all making. He's not worried about the future.
He wants
Yes,
He is.
Yes, he is. T.
It's not worried.
He's not worried.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. That's why he's doing it.
No, he won't.
Is Jackson State a Division I team? Then there's no worry.
Yeah.
That's like
worry.
Michigan lose to Appalachian State.
Nick
If
Saban is
Appalachian
worried
State-
about the future because he already sees what's happening now, T.
What's happening now?
More and more D1 athletes are going to go to Jacksonville.
No, you
or
said
Jackson-
Say it again.
other
Say it
East-
again. No, wait.
People are
Say
going
it
to-
again, man. Say it again.
What's happening now?
Huh?
But what's happening right now? You see what y'all talking about is preemptive.
Say it
I'm talking
again.
about possibility. The fact of the matter is,
No. T, that's not what it is.
It's already happening.
Yeah,
It's already happening.
Wait.
please tell me what's happening now.
Passengers.
It's happening now.
Okay.
Felix.
Got it?
I'm sorry. We got hold on. We got Felix. What's my man's name right here? I'm sorry. What the cousin?
Felix.
Oh, real.
Rare.
Rel. Say it one more time, Rel.
Bruh, like there's already at least 3-star athletes that signed into Dion just off his name alone, bruh. He is stealing
Thank you.
players.
All right, Rel, you got it. That's a good fact.
It's true.
That's a good fact.
That's what it is.
I know Felix is right there. I know you right there, Ron. Hold on a second. The other thing that's in motion right now, other than name, image, likeness, NIL, whatever you want to call it, is they don't have to wait a year no more. That's what's fucking Nick Saban up and Dabo
That
Smith
part.
and a bunch of other motherfucking white coaches. That's why they're leaving the fucking in basketball. There's a couple of guys that left in basketball.
That's the good part.
It's called sports period. But okay, wait. We're still name, image, likeness in conjunction with the transfer pool is turning things upside down. So that is also in place for Nick Saban in the near future. It doesn't happen because look, Brian Robinson.
Play my theme music. Boom, boom, boom. Play my theme music.
Wait. Ron, real quick. Let me make this point. Brian Robinson was a 4th stringer 2 years ago. He's a 3rd string fucking draft pick for the Washington Commanders in 2022. So he has talent still and will still for the next 2 to 3 or 4 years that will stay with him regardless. What I'm saying is that, yes, he has to secure his future in the next 2 to 3 years. So his near term and what you're talking about is the long term as far as the Power Fives. He wants to act as a guy that's a legacy guy, wants to secure the Power Five, but also in the short term, the next 2 to 3 to 4 years, I don't think he want to retire when he's 74. He's going to go 75 when he's on top. Cool. He wants to keep as many fucking prospects in his, his resume as he can.
About 5, I think it was like 5-10 years ago. Prairie View went from a D2 team to a D1 team.
I'm going to ask you this question. Can I ask this question? T,
Mm-hmm.
you have a 18-year-old prospect, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out of this. This is for.
It depends on the position.
You have an 18-year-old prospect.
It depends on the position.
Nick Saban hollers at you. Wait a minute. Nick Saban hollers at you, and Coach Prime hollers at you.
It depends
Where
on the
are you
position.
taking that team?
It ain't
It
depending on
depends on
the
the
position,
position.
bro. It's not going to
Huh?
depend on the position, bro.
You asked
No,
Paul. You telling me?
no. I'm not
You
even.
asked me.
No.
I'm telling you, it depends on the position. I'm asking a question because it's not a simple answer.
It is a simple answer.
If my son, if Teddy goes to be a five-star recruit, right? My first egg will obviously like, yo, I'm a lean. Number one, I'll say this. I'm automatically leaning towards Dion or the Dion equivalent of who that is when Teddy is trying to go play ball. That's number one. But if it comes down to if he let's say Teddy plays quarterback, if Dion has a starting quarterback that's a junior and a backup quarterback that's a sophomore, I don't know that I'm going to choose Dion over Nick if Nick has a senior when he gets there.
Yes, you would, T. Yes, you would.
Okay,
yes,
so who has? Wait. So who's got his best interest at heart?
Listen, I have his best interest at heart.
It's not even about that.
No,
Though.
that's not what I'm asking you. Okay, so let me reiterate. Does Coach Saban or Coach Prime have more sentiment in your player?
Let's see. How can you look at this? Are you looking at it because he's black? Or are you going to look at it based on the success rate of players playing for Nick Saban and making it to the NFL?
Based it off of reality. See?
So
based off reality.
I want to ignore that part. I want to ignore the fact that let's say he plays wide receiver. I know for a fact that Alabama produces the best wide. They're one of the best wide receiver schools in the league, in the nation.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Can I say yo? Can I say something real quick? Because my memory's kind of bad. All right. Forgive me. It's kind of random. Me, if I have a son, and he's like talented, whether he's a QB, wideout, O-line, whatever. I trust more with prime time than Nick Saban, and the reason why I say that it has nothing to do with race. It's about track record. Now we all know what prime time has done on the court. Hold on, come on. Let me hear it. We know what prime time has done on the field and off the field, but we do know what Nick Saban has done on the field. Was that him that coached a team and then quit and then head back to college? Are we talking about that fella?
We're talking about track records.
Are we talking about was that Nick? Hold on. Was that Nick Saban that was coaching the NFL? Didn't even have the courage. Didn't even have the courage. Hold on, tell me.
My son is playing for Nick Saban in the NFL. My son's playing for Nick Saban, the college football coach.
Bro, can you answer the question? Yo, T, can you answer the question? Did Nick Saban coach the NFL team, didn't even finish the season, quit without even telling the whole team, and then went to college? Yes or no?
He did. So what?
What do you mean, so what?
So
what?
So we asking questions that can be cons on players' character, on these coaches' characteristics, right? So Dion don't have no cons on his track record.
Wait on his team.
You a Redskins fan because he was a Redskins. So we talking about how was Dion as a Redskin? Did he not steal money from the Redskins? Did he not play 4 games and then all of a sudden was out for the rest of the year?
You're going a different route with this though.
He's doing it.
You're going a different route with this. You can't do that. You can't Stephen A. Smith this conversation, see?
No, we're throwing salt on the
conversation.
character to justify a decision. At the bottom line,
you can't do that, T.
Bottom line, you're talking about coaching. I love Dion. And don't get me wrong.
Do that.
Did Nick say? Hold on. Yo, T. Since you talking about coaching, T, you just said coaching.
So
you just said coaching. Did he just quit on his team? Did Nick Saban quit on his team?
Listen, we're sticking to coaching, right?
Did Nick Saban quit on his team?
I'm gonna give you that. Hold up.
Did Nick? Bro, oh my God.
The question. You're asking the question of, will I send my team, my son to play for Dion? Who, he has never quit on a team in the NFL as a coach. One, because he's never had the opportunity to be one. Or would I send him to play for Nick Saban, who did leave the college game after he dominated, went to the NFL, realized it wasn't for him. He didn't like the prima donnas and all the bullshit, went back to college and went back to dominating. Would I send my son to play for him or Dion? It don't work that way. It's other things that are involved. Then when I send my son to play with Dion because of what he represents and that he can be a catalyst to actually finally get more players to play for HBCUs, that would be a deciding factor for me.
All I'm saying is, I hope there are more black fathers that are our age that are going to go with Dion, that are going to go with Nick Saban. That's all I'm saying.
Ron.
But there's another factor that y'all forgetting though. You know what I'm saying? It's not to bash anybody in here or nothing like that. But I've been through the whole process of being recruited and everything to the collegiate level. You got to understand.
About that. No. Talk about that, Ralph. Talk about that.
So what a lot of players fail to realize, like, bro, yes, okay, I'm getting recruited by Alabama, but am I actually going to see the fucking field? Because you could be a 5-star recruit for all you doing, but is Nick Saban planning on playing you, or are you going to be a fucking scout team player for the next 4 to 5 years? Just to be that.
I had a friend that was a top prospect running back. He goes to Penn State.
Had to change the linebacker.
Paterno wants to turn him into a linebacker. He's been an all-star running back at high school level. He wants to turn him into a linebacker. Is Coach Prime going to look at that dude at a running back and say, you know what? I want to turn you into a linebacker. No.
Can I ask a question?
I'm going to do that.
Ask a question. If you are the father of the son that makes the decision, and they say I'm making you a linebacker, you got Penn State on your resume. Why not just sit out the year and go somewhere where you're gonna play running back?
But that's wasting years though.
He did that. He ended up going from Penn State to Boston College, and ended up in his career just went to shit.
He went to Boston College.
And how did he end up in Boston College?
He went to Boston College. He ended up going to Boston College, and his career ended up going to shit because he had to compete with a guy that was already number one running back already in the system.
And that's
politics, right?
So all right, Ron. So we're talking about the rail has given this great insight, Ron. I remember that story. Shout out to Homeboy and your peoples over there in Connecticut. What I'm trying to make, I guess, clear is we're talking about systems. We're talking about systems even like 15 years ago, or 17 years ago. Waiting a year is not conducive to furthering your career. What is your career? Going to the NFL. That's the only career that you could have at that point, because there was no NFL Europe at that point. There was no USFL, there's no XFL, there's no AFC, there's even no fan controlled fucking football at that point, right? So me saying I want to be a running back, I can't be a running back at Penn State. I have to go to Boston College.
The intention was initially The intention was initially to turn you into a linebacker. He had no intention to having competition at running back.
Because he saw him as a raw athlete. He didn't see him as a person, and he didn't see the fucking risk.
Right.
Well, so what I'm
That's
saying is, wait, let me get to the point. My point is, if he has to wait a year for somebody else to figure out what he is and try to mold him into what the fuck he wants him to be, I'm 25 at this point as a redshirt fucking junior, and I'm still trying to get to the league. People are still they're shitting on the Commanders right now because they picked a 23-year-old kid in the second round. And Brian Robinson in the fourth or third, 98.
At the end of the day, you need to make smart decisions, and you need to be able to make them on the fly. You need to be able to be a fluid thinker. And the problem is, some of these players are not fluid thinkers. Okay, yeah, why did you go and play for Paterno in the first place?
Because the name.
Yeah, a lot of coaches, you know what? See, the thing about
I understand that part. Listen, Nick Saban is scared. He is scared.
But it's more than just being scared. It's being uninformed, and it's not seeing. It's not looking at a bigger picture. Because Paterno may have liked you, but you know what? Paterno might have also known that somebody else who could be a potential threat if you played running back for them could have been actually a threat to. So let me be the big, because he's done it. The Penn State has done it a lot of times to Maryland. They would come in and snatch players up.
If I'm a coach, and all your life you have been prepped, you have been primed to play a running back in this league, I am not going to switch you over to linebacker, sir. I'm not going to do that.
If you have good intentions, you won't. But if you are ill intentioned,
exactly. Good. Say it again. Say it again. Good intentions. Say it again.
Look the other way when he had a fucking pedophile for a coach under him.
T, you said it right there. Good intentions.
I hate Paterno.
He said good intentions.
Listen. Fuck Paterno. Listen. You're going off the subject. What I'm saying is,
I'm not. I'm right on subject.
I'm not going off the subject. See, what I'm saying is, if you are a linebacker, I'm going to draft you from high school as a linebacker. You can't guarantee that's what Nick Saban is doing. Coach Prime is doing that.
Yeah, I give you that point, but that's you. But there's been too much of a track record that that old white men don't see us the way we see ourselves. How many times
they never do
go to the NFL and never play quarterback?
They never do.
How many
Arrington?
High school
LeVar Arrington was the same situation.
And your friend, no disrespect to him, he is not the first high school running back to never play running back in college. He's not the first.
Of course he's not. Because,
so at the end of the day,
because they all dove into the system.
You know what you need? I'm gonna tell you what he needs. He needs what Teddy got. He got a father that's gonna say, look, my son is playing running back. If he goes to your team, he's playing running back. If not, we're leaving.
Well, T, I'm
that goes back to T. Beautiful, T. So that goes back to in my accepting Coach or Coach Taylor, I'm going to Coach Prime.
If I pull my son because you told him he was going to do this and you shifted, the NCAA make my son lose a year eligibility.
It depends on which division, though, T. It depends on which division.
That's beautiful.
Listen, you don't know if Prime has moved anybody's position.
Sorry, the Thor and Love and Thunder.
You don't know if Prime has pulled in somebody. You know how they list certain players as athlete, and you're going to play this position. And
I guarantee you, he didn't.
So how do you know? How do you know that nobody from high school has went to Prime's team and played a different position.
Listen, the same way we're just having this argument. The same way we're having this argument. You're saying you're being devil's advocate right now. The same way we're having this argument. We don't know. I'm gonna have an opinion on it.
How about that?
Coach Prime cares about the player and the position more than Nick Saban. Stop it.
Okay. Let's take that statement. You said Prime cares more about the player at that position than Nick Saban. Does that mean Nick Saban doesn't care about players in their positions?
That's why Nick Saban is scared.
So what do you care about? What do you care about?
I care about.
Wait, what? Wait.
How much team do you feel your team lose?
If I take you from high school.
I don't know if you heard Brian. No. Brian just said, I don't have a college football team. You want to know why Brian doesn't have a college football team? Because his team sucks. Because Brian did have a college football team at one point. He went to games, like in the rain. So you gotta love a team you go watch them in the rain. So don't tell me that winning doesn't matter, because if they were winning, you wouldn't say some shit like that.
What I think is,
I mean, me, I care more about.
What I think is, even at the NFL level, because I still have a team there.
Hey yo, Rel. As an athlete, what are you gonna care? From a coach, what are you gonna care most about, Rel? As an athlete,
I care about getting on the field. Like, when can I get on the field?
You care about what's on the field and the position that you were attained from high school, correct?
Yeah, but one thing I will say about that though, like, some coaches, not saying it's always the best decision, but a lot of coaches do move players around. Oh yeah, you came in as a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think you're a raw athlete, you know what I'm saying? Go play this corner. They did with Joe Higgins.
I've always if you are a black quarterback coming from high school, going to the collegiate and going to the collegiate field, chances are, sir, you're not gonna play quarterback, because the mindset of a coaching staff in an organization is that the black quarterback cannot adapt to that playbook.
I mean, if I will say this, let's say you have a black quarterback that has the ability like Tom Brady. You're not an athlete, you just have a nice arm. I'm not going to go to a school that's not going to draft me as a quarterback. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But
that's not going right. Say it again. That's not going to draft you as a quarterback.
Yeah, or I always say recruit, since we're going to the collegiate level.
Recruit you as a quarterback.
Right.
So I guess my point is, I definitely want to move on off this. This is a very complex scenario in the conversation. I don't know if people are still.
He's there.
What are you saying?
Yeah, no.
I hate the black quarterback because they don't get the just deserved as a white quarterback, and that's responsible.
Whoa!
I hate that. No. Hold on. Can I explain that? Can I explain that? I hate the black quarterback's experience.
Yes.
Let me break that down.
Okay.
I hate the black quarterback's experience as compared to the white quarterback's experience, because automatically they're saying that we are not intelligent enough to understand the playbook.
Ron has something. So most black quarterbacks are at the position because they have the ball the most and they're the best athlete.
Because you got a nice arm in your athletic.
Not even a nice arm. They don't say nice arm factor. They have better vision. They can throw. Obviously, they have a nice arm. There's like 4 or 5 different components to that. Okay, I have him as my quarterback because he has the ball the most, and he's my best athlete.
There's definitely been black quarterbacks in a high school level that aren't the best passer on the field.
I
agree.
Wait, Ron. I can pose this as saying even that is.
It's definitely not racist. Not racist.
Okay, so
Nobody can convince you that there's racism in quarterback.
Wait, I will say this. Everything has a racist component to it. Whoa.
I disagree. Racial, not racist. A racial component.
Every fucking massacre that's racial.
We not whoa. The curve.
So let's go.
Hey, what are you talking about? That's the curve.
They just said the Buffaloes are racially motivated.
What we talking about?
Racist?
Football.
No, nigga, let's talk about it. We'll talk about it. You said racial. Fuck racial. That's a term. So let's talk about it.
So
that's
how,
a fucking term.
So how
Let's
is
talk about
There's only been what, 2 black quarterbacks win a Super Bowl.
Oklahoma City. What's racist? What is it racist or what's it racial?
That
What
was
the fuck is
racist.
racial? No, it's not, because who the fuck tells me it's fucking racist?
You're bugging, Brian.
Who the fuck
You're
tells
bugging.
nigga? What? Look it up. And yes,
No, I don't need to look it up.
exactly, my nigga. Because you know who the fuck it is.
How is
There's only been 3 black quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl. Go ahead.
Well, nigga,
how is it racist?
how is it racist?
It's hella racist. See?
Yo, fam, in an 80% league where the fucking coaches are 10% white or 90% white,
Don't go all over the place. Be specific.
in an 80% black league where 20% of the fucking
We're talking about this. The quarterback. Don't talk about anything
I
else.
don't give a shit about the fucking just the quarterback. And
But
that's
you said everything. So if it's everything, you should be able to be specific. Don't use outside arguments with are legit.
Women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Don't use outside arguments which are legit to
Women
justify
lie, men lie, numbers don't.
this fucking area has your Pop Warner fucking team.
Yes, they do.
They think about this shit beyond their fucking team.
So what they need to be doing is instead of having their black quarterback, run the ball 90 times a game. Like, I'm about to tell you. Because right now, there are black coaches who are putting fucking elaborate playbooks in front of their young black quarterbacks. That's why I say it's not racist, it's racial. And the difference is it would be racist if everybody's being withheld from having the opportunity because of their race. The difference in why it's racist is because of us. We like the athlete. We run. We move around. We have these whole package. But the problem is we don't develop the whole package. And what's happening now with a lot of these Warner coaches have finally figured out, oh, it's because we aren't coaching these kids to know the extensive playbook when they're 5. Guess what? Across the yard, they are. They aren't running the ball.
Are they really, T? Are they really?
Playbooks and
I agree with
playbooks and packages as a youth. So when they get to high school, they have it down pat. When they get to college, they have it down pat. So when they get to the league, the playbook is a lot easier to digest because they've been eating their entire fucking career. Whereas a lot of black kids, because like you said earlier, they're the best athletes, so you tend to put the football in the best athlete's hand. And if I can run a 40 in 4.3 and you run it in a fucking 5, I'm just gonna run around you and score a touchdown that way. And I can move a defense with my feet and make easier passes. So I don't need a full playbook to do it. So it's not, that's why I said it's not racist all the time. It's racial. It's because of where we are. It's because the way we develop our players. We develop our players to be faster and more agile because we love watching Mike Vick. Mike, if you tell people to name your favorite black quarterback, Mike Vick will come out their mouth. Wow. Not because he threw the ball 80 yards, it's because, yeah, I remember that play against Minnesota where he juked the whole team.
Brian Leftwich.
And throw it 60 yards.
No,
Ryan Leftwich.
That's why I'm not being I
I get that. But what I'm saying
about Ryan Leftwich?
The athleticism first, then if you throw the ball.
I'm just making sure we're talking about Brian Leftwich here. Okay.
Yeah, just trolling. Just trolling.
Where you think I'm trolling?
I at 40 pounds and under, Have you watched those games?
Yeah, but look at the places.
For sure. You think they throwing the ball 20 yards?
Brady did. My cousin did. Yeah.
Who? There's how many fucking teams? Under 40.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot of good ones.
Pop Warner.
Not a lot of good ones.
Between Pop Warner, AAU, PAL, fucking whoever else.
I mean, once you start, I don't think
Exactly. There's hundreds of travel teams. Hundreds, literally hundreds. Literally hundreds at 40 pounds. Literally.
Okay.
My brother was on a 10-pound,
Shit.
10
pound, goddamn.
10 and under basketball league while he was playing football. Aaron was on the fucking 10 and under, went to fucking Orlando while he was playing football. What I'm saying is this. We're talking about a bunch of shit. All right, what I'm saying is
we are talking about
this, that we take the every fucking head of anything is going to take the shortest route to fucking winning. I can block you enough for my guy to run around you guys while he's the fastest on the field.
Yeah.
Me teaching 6 guys to block for a person that can throw fucking 10 yards is not the fucking best move to go.
It is to a detriment of the player long term.
Sure.
So that's
not black. That's not about being black.
It's racial, though. It's racial because they're still having them throw the ball.
They're the same team. You're gonna do the same shit.
And I guess they start passing the ball, more intricate plays a lot earlier.
Sure. In 14, 13, 15, and 16, probably going to go to high school. Sure. Because then the front five will be more violent because they're trying to get to a fucking scholarship.
Way more violent.
I've seen it.
They got motherfuckers like Rail picking motherfuckers and slapping them on the head.
I've seen it. The defensive front seven and their offensive front five and their tight end will get more violent as they're trying to get to a scholarship. So it gives you more lateral movement to fucking make plays that fucking throw the ball fucking as a quarterback.
I'm not going to debate that.
But as you learn the game, my brother learned the game as a fucking. He went to Marlboro. He was an all-star. He went to fucking Wise, which is a fucking top 20 fucking school in Fridge.
Wise was a really good team at that time. What was what was their bread and butter?
Running the fucking back.
Running the ball.
Because they had 5 fucking running backs.
Running dogs, all dogs. Sorry, Rail. We was at the game when y'all played.
Hey, trust y'all niggas.
Hey, I'm rooting for you, baby. Hey, baby. I'm rooting for you.
KD on the sideline for these niggas.
Got my 10 tackles.
Yeah, KD rooting for the niggas.
Hey,
what the fuck?
Hey, shout out to Uriah. Uriah was in his bag that day.
Uriah,
hey, listen,
his son looks just like the
listen, y'all know I love my bros. I love watching Rail play, but that's the only team I see where a player put Rail in the mixer.
I'm just saying.
And it wasn't a bad mix. It wasn't like it wouldn't randomly be on ESPN type mix.
No.
But it was
y'all have played
the only time I really like I seen like Rail out of position like once or twice. That's not a bad number. Once or twice isn't a bad number. But when dude came on when they hit him with the he hit him with the I was like, oh, that's
bro.
Because Rail had a teammate who went to a JUCO and then but how did he get to the NFL? Bro, how did your former teammate make it to the NFL?
Yeah, he played with Alabama, but you gotta understand, like he actually touched the field, not
But,
everybody. Field.
No. But I'm saying, like the journey. He did what? He went to another school, and that's the year I said. Take that year. He went to another school, built up his resume, built up his skill level, and then went to Alabama.
So your man,
I mean, helped him up from like 6'7".
Yeah.
6'6".
Let me ask you this. Real quick. If you had a man, if you were coaching a team, and you had a 6'5", 280 pound, say 275 pound left tackle, and you said, "Yo, fam, you got a chance at Appalachian State, or you got a chance at motherfucking Tennessee."
Mm-hmm.
You might be third string in Tennessee. They got a redshirt sophomore, and they got a senior ahead of you. But the Appalachian State, you got a chance to start right away, straight up off the freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you send your player?
Bro, I would say get the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it all depends. Like, to me, this is what I think. You know what I'm saying? Like going through the whole recruitment process. Like first and foremost, like I said, do you see yourself being on the field? Number two, do you feel like the environment is for you? You know what I'm saying? As far as the system that the coaches are putting in for their organization. Three, you know what I'm saying? Now, I always say, you know, of course, academics plays a part. Do you feel like you're going to graduate from this university or not? But, you know, more than likely, a lot of people transfer things of that nature. But me, I would say go to Appalachian State. You know what I'm saying? If they can help perfect your craft and actually move you to the next level where you're trying to go, why not?
Well, what if Appalachian State isn't on the table? What if community college is the other option?
Me personally, when I was in high school, I shut every junior college down. But now, as an adult, understanding like what JUCO can do for you, go JUCO.
But as a 17-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
but as a 17-year-old, or excuse me, 19-year-old, because let's say you took a year or two playing JUCO because those opportunities didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
You got the power. You about to shine as the star on your team at that JUCO or the Power 5 team like Alabama,
right,
Auburn, LSU. Somebody knock on your door and you have a chance of being second string with a potential maybe get on the field sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Backup is different.
What you gonna take?
Backup is different.
Leon, he wasn't. How many years did Leon play for Alabama? 1 year?
I think two.
Maybe two.
Two at most.
He was never listed for a starter for multiple games.
Landry played.
I think it's 6 years.
Played 5 years for Alabama.
You say he hasn't started games in 10 years?
Yeah,
and he went undrafted.
And Amber, we're talking about Alabama.
But I'm just saying, if you don't have a guy,
let's back up. This is the second that's playing Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama is a special place.
Yes.
Where you're a fifth-year starter like Brian Robinson or Philandrian Mathis can be a second-round pick or fourth-round pick. There's not many places you can do that. Let's just say that.
Where's Nick Saban?
In Alabama. He was also, where was he at before?
Who did y'all vote for? Who did y'all vote for between President Obama and Romney? I'm just curious.
What?
No, I'm just curious.
Is that a real question?
We're not gonna.
I don't know. With this conversation, I don't know. So I'm asking.
No,
holy shit. Yo, Ron,
I'm gonna answer the question. The answer. So you would have had a better question asking, like before the actual election. I'm a Democrat, so I'm going to vote Democrat regardless.
Did you vote for Obama? Did you vote for Romney?
I voted for Obama.
Thank you. Okay.
No. But it doesn't work that way because I voted for Hillary Clinton versus Trump because she was the Democratic candidate.
I'm trusting the process. Is all I'm saying.
Now I will say this though.
I'm trusting the process. Is all I'm
if
saying.
Obama was Republican, would you have voted for him?
Huh?
If Obama was a Republican, would you have voted for him?
If it's
No. Based on the way Ron's trying to paint he's trying to Ron. If Obama
he just asked you if Obama was he's a covert coon, but if he's an overt coon, would you have voted for?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing Obama slander on our podcast, Ron. No Obama slander, sir. The Obamas.
I can't say what I think.
No, not about the Obamas. No Obamas slander.
I can't say what I think. Okay, you got it.
Listen, you can without the derogatory terms, sir.
You know what? Okay, cool. If I wasn't the covert white face or black face,
we're not doing that.
I can't say.
If Obama was Republican, would you have voted for him?
Wow.
So you'd have been
You'd
an openly Republican voter if Obama had ran for it because he's black.
What's wrong, boy? From
He said yes, by the way.
Wait.
Ask me it a million times. I'm gonna still say yes.
So okay, wait, Ron. You would have voted. You vote for Tim Scott right now if he was running for president of the United States.
Wait, say it one time.
If Tim Scott right now, look him up real quick. If Tim Scott was running for the president of the United States, you would vote for him right now.
Did he have? So I can't. So
The
I'm not.
Yes. According to Ron, because he's black.
Because he would be because he's the second black president, correct?
He would be.
He would be
if you vote for him.
Context.
So now no.
So
you gotta understand the context. You have to understand the context of what I'm trying to say here.
No, wait.
Coach Prime is the first black coach.
Wait, Ron. Wait, Ron. If Clarence Thomas, wait.
You can't do that, B.
Homeboy that died. My bad.
Ron is crazy.
Maybe I'm gonna stick with Clarence Thomas. Maybe Clarence Thomas and said, "Fuck the Supreme Court." And said he wants to run for president of the United States. You would have voted for him, though? In 2008.
And Obama, listen. What I'm trying to say is,
Fuck Obama. No, Clarence Thomas. No, we're not talking about Obama. I'm saying Obama stayed in Illinois. He said, I'll wait until 2020 or some shit. In 2008. Clarence Thomas said, fuck the Supreme Court. Let me bring my racist ass, blackface, and whitewash blackface to the fucking White House. And you'd be cool with that, bro, for that? Yes, they black.
Did we vote for Jesse Jackson? No. Did we vote for Clarence? If Clarence Thomas was in office, will we vote for him? No. Did we vote for the guy? Did we vote for the guy? The Republican? Help me out here, since we want to get into politics. Man,
So Ron, you giving me a couple of no's on black folk.
Obama was the right black. Obama was the right black. Right? You're fading out. I'm sorry. You're fading out.
I said, so if you're saying you voted for Obama because he was the right one, how does it have relevance?
He was the right shade of. He was the right. I'm not going to go there. He was the right black.
So how does it have relevance? How does it have relevance?
I can't.
Our topic, right?
Felix, can you hear them? So, right? You gotta fix the audio. I'm sorry.
We don't know if he was still with us, but
You gotta fix the audio.
Ron, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ron? Can you hear me?
Good.
I can.
Very good.
Vaguely. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ron, can you hear me? Mic check.
I can hear you right now. Yeah.
You're saying you would vote for Obama 100 times because he's just the right black. How does that have relevance to our topic right now?
What I'm saying is, did we when as many times as Jesse Jackson voted went into presidency, did we vote for him?
You only went once.
Okay, so the one time, right? So the one time that he was in office, did we vote for him?
Which was the most.
But what I'm asking you is this: yes, I voted for Obama, and I love Obama, and I would vote for Obama if he got to run 50 times. What I'm asking you is, how does that have relevance to our topic at hand when it comes to college football?
Because Deion Sanders is needed,
Is Obama
necessary for this particular topic. Deion Sanders is necessary. Deion Sanders is our Obama in the collegiate sport of football.
I hear you.
Okay.
Deion Sanders is necessary, just like Obama was necessary for us. That's what I'm saying, guys. Don't sit up here and try to deflect on what the focus is here. Deion Sanders is necessary.
Okay.
And this is why Nick Saban is scared. Because Deion Sanders is about he's not just about players, he's about us.
Look at that, bro. They're both feels the same way. I get what you're saying to a certain extent. Ron, bro. I just that comparison, man, it's tough for me.
Brian hates on Obama. He's been hanging around a lot of white folk.
It's not that I hate.
Ron is hating on who?
No, he's saying I hate him. I hate.
Listen, we didn't like Obama for three things. Let's keep it funky. We didn't like Obama because he wasn't radical enough.
Yeah.
He didn't push the envelope enough for black people. And there's a lot of black people that wish that he had to sacrifice himself to death.
Shout out to Jeremiah Wright. He was right the whole time.
There's three things that we did not like about Obama. Obama was not radical enough. He was not.
I think that's
huh?
Yeah, no, you absolutely right, Ron.
He was not radical enough. He was not black enough, and he didn't sacrifice his life for us.
So I agree with you. Sure.
Episode 15.
The only reason why we don't like Obama. We wanted to see Obama assassinated.
Ron, you gonna be good later this week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday?
Ron,
absolutely.
All right, we'll talk about this more.
Absolutely. Let's talk about it.
I agree with you as far as what Deion represents. He's earned that space over the course of his career. He's earned that space.
And Saban is scared.
But wait. Deion has earned his space that he's in right now. But guess what? Based on Nick Saban's success rate in getting those same underprivileged black kids to the NFL, he's earned a space too, and you can't ignore that. Especially depending on
why?
So fucking
especially
so listen to me. So with that being said, why is Nick Saban attacking Deion Sanders then?
Say it again.
So with that being said, what you just said, why is Nick Saban attacking Deion Sanders?
I told you
that reason.
Because because Nick Saban is trying to put in place just pieces for the future. Right? Yo, Deion Sanders got hold up. I said
keep going.
Deion Sanders got a 5-star recruit. Maybe the top guy.
The future.
Right. I said it's all about the future. I said everybody's talking about right now.
Scared of the
it's not scared. It's not scared. It's not, I tell you, it's not scared. I'm trying to tell you, it's not scared because you can't tell it. Number one, if he was who y'all say is, he's too arrogant to be scared. He don't know he should be scared.
Fuck all that. He is scared for the next 3 to 5 years.
No, why would he? Pull up, do me a favor if you can, because I don't have my internet in front of me right now. Pull up who had the strongest class coming in 2022.
We're not talking about 2022. We're talking about 2027. This is what we're talking about.
But what I'm saying,
if Deion stays,
Ron. But you know how you take care of 2027? By taking care of 2022 and 2023 and 2024.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. So this is why he's on his soapbox. Protecting what he's doing.
He's trying to scare him. He is trying to a certain degree. He's trying to scare third and fourth star recruits.
He's not. Listen. The mistake,
Say, yo,
the reason why he put I told you earlier, the reason why he put a number on it is because he knows damn well Jackson State can't pay nobody $1 million.
T, listen to me. T, I hope you're right. That's all I gotta say.
Hold up,
T,
one second.
I hope you're right. T, I'm not gonna listen.
Too.
I'm right. I know you are, because nobody's going to tell you different. So what I'm trying to say is, I hope you're right, T. I hope you're right, because nobody can tell you different. So I hope you are right.
Listen, my thing is this. He knows damn well in his heart of heart that Jackson State couldn't even afford to pay one player $1 million. But he knows that there are people who may be thinking, oh, they're getting money. So let me raise the ante on what they think they're going to get from him. So when they go to recruit these kids, you get the ones who are money hungry, thinking they're going to get the $1 million. And with the $1 million,
Are you talking about the NIL deal?
I'm talking about money. No deals. I'm talking about money. Because these big teams have been paying. We all know they've been paying players, right? We know that.
But they're trying to like equate the NILs now to boosters paying the players. But it's out in the open. So what Nick Saban was trying to say,
which brings me back to my original comment that this is all politics.
Yes, it is politics.
When he mentioned Texas,
come on, man,
was paid for. He's talking about the NIL. And when he talks about his own guys, one guy, Will Anderson, didn't take an NIL because.
Let me ask y'all this. Felix, you're still on here. My man T and B. Who's got more pull on the NIL deal, Nick Saban or Deion Sanders?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean not Deion. Nick.
You're gonna say Nick?
The players themselves probably have more pull than any coach.
It's a program. It's a bigger program. Whoever has a bigger program has a chance.
No, it's not even a bigger program. Whoever's on that top 50 blue chip 5-star list, the boosters see that bigger than the fucking head coaches.
Hold on.
I'll pay you $500,000 to come to my program back in Miami or Ohio.
Can I ask you a question? Though?
Yeah.
Yes. Who gets TV time? Does Nick Saban get TV time?
Absolutely.
Exactly. You know how much money?
That's a good point. Deion has now elevated the HBCU scene to get fucking playing time. I see Jackson State on ESPN 3, 1, and 2.
But it's not. I'm not talking about 2022. I'm not talking about 2022. I'm talking about 2027.
Yeah, so it's a long road.
So can I get to that? So Ron, here's the thing though about 2027. If what Deion needs to be aiming towards and what people in that space need to be aiming towards, it's not just about the players. It's about the TV deal. Because if I don't have the TV deal, then the Nick Sabans of the world can still use that as a big bargaining chip for getting players to come to their teams. Because you know how Deion said he landed that recruit? Because, for one, somebody did something they weren't supposed to do. Mom said, don't do this. They did it. And also, Deion, because they're not on national TV, Deion actually got to take the kid and bring him to a game and be on the sideline and witness what he'd be getting, the experience that he'd be getting. That's how. But you can't do that with every player. You can't have a group of people. Huh?
See, I hope you're right, T. I hope you're right.
It's the truth.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, T. You're not, but I hope you're right.
Listen, here's the thing. You know what? Even if Deion, let's say Deion develops that team to be this massive team. They're still in a conference and a division where they're not going to have the greatest competition. So there's going to have that hurdle of saying, well, here you get to play against the best and test yourself against the best. And when it comes to getting scouted, it's going to say, well, they play that. You see it all the time when they try to diminish somebody's skill by saying, oh, well, he did it against lesser talent. Well, if you are a good talent evaluator, you know how to see the mechanics in what somebody does versus who they're playing against.
T, are you on either side? Are you on Team Saban or Team Sanders?
Oh, I'm Team Sanders. I said that.
That's amazing.
No.
That sounds amazing to me.
I said I'm
That sounds
Team
amazing to me because it doesn't sound like you're on Team Sanders. Okay.
No. I'm on Team Sanders, but what I'm seeing from everybody is that everybody's focusing on the now and missing the fact that
But is it Team Sanders or Sanders?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. It's
Say what?
coaches. It's head coaches. It's college.
It's what they represent.
It's college football management versus NIL guys that can get the big money. They're like all like even Sanders to a certain extent is not fucking with the NIL. It's not fucking with name image likeness, which I agree with to a certain extent. To the extent I think I'm probably more aligned with Dion than anything. But Nick Saban is, I don't like this at all. You know what I mean? It's
because of what
Dabo's the same way.
It's because of let's be honest. Why would a 70-year-old man? Why would a 70-year-old
lose control?
Why? It's a legitimate fear. That fear is legit. It's not about losing. It's not about losing to a lesser talent. It's about losing control of the program and the process, and that's legit. I want a coach that can. I want a coach. No, they should definitely have it.
No,
I want a coach that can control what my son is like. I want to control. I want listen. If my son is in my house, who controls it? Does my son have free reign in my house? No. So if I'm sending my child off, I'm answering your question. If I send my child off and I have somebody who's responsible for their well-being, I don't want my 17-year-old with all his popularity to make all the decisions on his own. Oh, that's what the fuck you like serious? On college campuses?
No,
oh, absolutely.
That's what it is.
You see Teddy?
I'm generating millions of dollars.
You see Teddy?
I'm generating millions of dollars. I'm generating millions of dollars in Landover.
Listen, what I'm
no, there's a difference.
Can we hold real quick? Can we Felix? Are you still there, Felix?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can I just get?
No, he generates millions just like the fucking John. I'm not gonna give a fuck who it is. John Thompson, fucking Gary Williams. I don't give a fuck who it is.
I want the coach
to have control. Generated millions of dollars for that fucking team.
I want the coach to have control.
They generated millions of dollars. Gary Williams or whoever the fuck else you can think of. If they're not generate that shit.
If Teddy goes to a Division III team, if he goes to a fucking JUCO, I want the coach to have the control.
Christmas.
I want the coach to have control. So when he says, "Hey, Teddy, don't do this shit," Teddy listens.
If my kid went to GW, I'd agree with you.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
If he goes to Maryland, he's going to be on ACC or Big Ten fucking TV and make millions. Diamond Stone, who was a shit player, as a fucking senior, generated millions of eyeballs.
Diamond Stone right there, bro.
Yes, I am. Fuck him. Fuck Diamond Stone. Where is he?
What you
Did he get drafted? Is he injured?
Listen.
Where is he? In the injury room somewhere?
You know, I'm glad that Brian mentioned Diamond Stone because that's more to what I'm saying. Hold up.
It's not about control.
Well, wait, I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why. Gary Williams is an old school coach. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so the players that listen to Gary, who sort of follow under Gary's word and his rule, they had some form of success. Joe Smith was the #1 overall draft pick.
Sure.
Steve Francis went to the league from being a JUCO player and had a solid NBA career.
He was an A1 freak out.
Juan Dixon was a positionless player, but he stuck and both of them. Shit, that whole starting five, damn it could have got drafted, right?
Yeah.
Shit, Drew Nicholas was the backup and could have got drafted.
No, yes.
But then you fast forward to
you
getting closer to the newer generation, and then you get Gilchrist.
John Gilchrist was.
You get Gilchrist, one of those kids who doesn't want to listen to the coach.
He was nowhere close to getting money.
He don't want to listen to the coach.
He didn't get money.
Oh, he could have.
He did though.
Gilchrist could have got drafted.
He didn't get money.
Gilchrist could have got drafted, just like Juan Dixon did, just like Steve Blake did, had he have been listening to Gary Williams, somebody who knows what the fuck they talking about.
No.
And Gilchrist ushered into that new regime of players who think that they are bigger than the coach. It's a couple of them.
No. I just want to get rid of it.
Because what's the Vasquez came after him?
No. Vasquez was playing.
So Melo Trimble?
There's a kid between Melo and John Gilchrist. I can't remember. We can.
There's Melo Trimble. There's Jordan Williams.
No, we're not talking about you.
Melo Trimble, Jordan Williams. A guard? Who, Chris?
Yeah,
Chris McCray. Sorry guys for y'all that aren't running turbines.
No. I just wanted to think, Felix. I just want Felix before because we're kind of going left here with Felix. What is your observation with this whole topic here, Felix? If you can just give your observation on it real quick.
Like I said before.
Next time, had a motherfucker's name in your head.
Mark Turgeon. Okay, so Mark Turgeon what? Sturgeon.
I'm talking about the coach. I'm talking about the players.
No, I'm talking about Sturgeon. I'm talking about Terrell Sturgeon. Terrell Sturgeon was after Gilchrist. Sturgeon. Okay.
What about him?
He was a problem. He had an issue. Terrell Sturgeon. You don't remember him? That's cool. But that is more to Sturgeon.
Hey, listen, because I feel like my guy Felix ain't been talking. I need to get Felix running his mouth a little bit. Felix.
Yeah.
When we gonna get the next preview of the movie?
Yeah, say what? Say that again?
Open Secrets. When we gonna get the next little sneak peek on Open Secrets?
Hopefully late summer, man. Late summer or early fall. I'll drop the trailer. You know what I mean? So,
I gotta be honest with y'all. When the movie drops, I'm gonna be posting stills of the every time I advertise the movie, it's gonna be stills of the movie for like the first week. It's gonna be straight stills. It's not gonna be no video, straight stills. Oh yeah, boy.
Hey, but for real though, T, I know we follow each other on Facebook. Just do me a favor. I posted, I pinned a co-opening just to help promote, you know what I'm saying? So
you posted it?
Shit. Yeah, I've been posting that long time ago. Long time. I will share the joint. Just share that joint. Let people share that.
Tag me, I'll share it every day.
All right, bet.
Hey, do I have permission to rip it and then share it on my own shit and on my TikTok?
Yeah, go ahead, dog.
And we're gonna share it on the Ride Up, Instagram,
and all first
Twitter, and our YouTube.
You got my permission, bro. Do whatever, bro.
Say less. Say less.
All good. All good.
Listen. So listen, we know how it is when it comes to sports. We can run our mouth all day long. That's what we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to say this. It wasn't on the itinerary, but I need to say this because nobody's talking about it, and I'm gonna talk about it because y'all know what's one of my favorite topics to talk about on the Ride Up. Versus battles.
Oh, snap.
Onyx versus Cypress Hill.
I didn't get a chance to watch it though.
Shut up, Ryan. Onyx versus Cypress Hill.
Terrell
Shut up, Ryan.
Wait.
No, you gotta wait for a second now. Because I want to talk about this.
It was the last year of Gary Williams' career. Terrible still going through the person I'm talking about, not Sturgeon. Okay, good.
Brian's such a bully.
Good.
He's such a bully.
I didn't need to.
He's usually he's on Twitter, but sometimes he bullies me too.
John Gilchrist was right before him. That's fine.
All right. Onyx versus Cypress Hill. If you aren't aware, Versus had, because of their merger with Triller, they've now went to a pay per format as far as the Versus
format. Yeah.
When they are connected to a boxing event. Now, I believe there was a paid version of the Mother's Day event with BB and CeCe Winans and Murray, but there was also an Instagram version, because that was only the Versus event. So I think what they're going to do is when they have battles like a Cypress Hill and an Onyx, who are both respected rap groups in the rap community, who aren't, let's be 100%. Onyx and Cypress Hill are both respected rap groups in the rap community. Are they the top tier guys? No. But what at one point was Onyx the biggest name in rap? Yes. When Slam came out, Onyx was the hottest thing moving. People will say, "Oh, I would have put Onyx versus Naughty by Nature." They say that a lot. I heard that a lot of times. Oh, it should have been Naughty by Nature. The problem with that is Naughty by Nature has enough cachet where you could probably pair them with somebody else in the future. Whereas I'm pretty sure because it's a paid battle, a lot of people, including the 3 people on the pod will be right now, didn't see. If you are true hip hop fans, which you all are, at some point you need to go and see that. I'm sure YouTube is going to have a free version for you guys to see it. You should all go and see the Cypress Hill versus Onyx versus battle. For the sheer fact that those are 2 groups, regardless of what you think of what they've become outside of their heydays, they still put on a hell of a show. Onyx and Cypress Hill both were not let down as far as performance. Breath control, stage, like moving around. These are 50-year-olds now. I don't know if I know that Onyx and Cypress Hill, these are 50-year-olds. You got artists right now who, because they smoke so much weed and drink so much liquor, they still can't smoke like Cypress Hill can smoke. And nigga, this Be Real's nickname is Mr. Green Thumb. Like, right. he can smoke beside Snoop. That's how much Be Real smoke. Right? So you talk about guys who still blazing it up like he's young, but still rock a crowd better than any of these, like a rap of these guys put together. Like crazy. And then you overlook, like, damn, you try to name how many hits they had, like, oh, they ain't got that. See, the thing about it is, yes, we are fortunate to grow up and have artists who have the 20, the quote unquote 20. You know, we're gonna talk about, well, do you got 20 of them? What I liked about this battle is they changed their format. So instead of having to have 20 and going back to back to back to back, they sort of had sets. So Cypress Hill did 3 songs, Onyx did 3 songs. So it's like, even if I don't have 20 individual songs that's going to land together, if I package 2 songs that were like album records that made the other songs make sense, it worked out even better.
But that format started with who did that format started with? Because we can go back to Kane and KRS, right?
No, they went back to back. They went song for song.
Oh, they went
song for song. But who should have started this? I think had Bone and 3 6 did this format, it would have been a lot more entertaining.
Okay.
Because what happens is because they're so much polar opposites, whereas Bone, even though they're talking their shit and talking fast, there's still like a mellow element to it. Whereas 3-6 is more party in the club element. So if you'd have had the package, you know what I'm saying, a set versus a set, it had had a different feel to it. But I'm trying to tell you, it was a great event, man. It was like, damn, that's it. It's over.
That's how you felt. That's how you felt about the verses. It was like, damn, it's
I'm
over.
telling you, when you watch it, you're gonna feel that way too.
Wow. Okay.
Can Versus as a brand make it fast?
Yes.
Why you think?
The question is like can it have a sustainable future? Yes, because the way Versus is transitioned. I mean, look at the progression. First, it was let's get on an Instagram live together, and then let's do some shit together. To okay, let's actually have like we started with just you over here, I'm over here, we just playing some music. Then it came to all right, let's actually have playlist that you know I know you got, we can play our songs together. Then it got to okay, we outside, and now we're performing in a setting together. Then it became okay, let's turn it to let's have a crowd, and now we have an audience. Now okay, we can see people want to come and see this. So it's been progressing from what it was in the beginning, and I think that me personally, I think Versus would do themselves a favor if they kept every element. Everybody doesn't need to be in a live mode. Like I think that Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton probably would have been better served if they didn't have the show. You don't need to have the show for all of them.
Okay.
Because you have to look at the artist. Everybody knows Music Soul Child isn't the greatest live performer, right? But he has the catalog. Same with Anthony Hamilton. Anthony Hamilton being live didn't sway a crowd any more than he would have if he was just playing records. Like he didn't blow Music Soul Child out the water because he's a better live singer. It didn't happen because Music still had better songs to the point where we're like, Music isn't a great singer, but we still know this song is better. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a situation where it's like Locks and Dipset, where it's like, yo, I'm out rapping the shit out you to the point where y'all looking embarrassing. It wasn't that bad. So they could have just simply had the Monica versus Brandy version of Versus. So when you ask, can it sustain in the future? I just watched them have Onyx versus Cypress Hill. The answer is going to come in as long as they're packaging that with good fights.
What's the card?
Kovalev was on the card.
Oh, okay.
So exactly, but the thing about it is, as long as I'm making the money off my fights on top of people paying subscription, it's $2.99. People complain about the money. It's $2.99 a month. Y'all about to pay $20 a month for Netflix and complain about Netflix.
It was like $3 or something, right?
Netflix for right now. Okay.
So
it was like $3 for the whole thing.
It's $3 a month.
Okay.
$3 a month. Yeah. Would you say if you had to pay $3 a month and then that $3 a month you got to watch that Dipset versus Locks, that would have been worth your money? What about? I'm gonna pay. It's $3. I'm gonna pay $3 a month for Versus battle, regardless. Listen, and this is no disrespect to these legends, but I'm gonna say the only battle that I can say probably was the weakest as far as attention for the free ones was the E40 versus Too Short because of the audience. The audience is a younger audience sometimes, and they aren't familiar with their work, and so to speak, that music didn't age well. Well, if their music don't age well, then you're saying people who grew up listening to that music didn't age well, and I disagree. I look forward to seeing who they pair up in the future. I just think they have to be very mindful and think and be business forward as far as who they pair. But it's really going to matter who they put in the fights as well.
Jake Paul's like the marquee guy.
What's it? Going to that battle, who you think would have won? Onyx or Cypress Hill?
I'm gonna go with Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill has the bigger hit.
Do they?
Absolutely.
A bigger hit than Slam?
Yeah.
Yo, Slam. Do you remember Slam? Do you remember how Slam changed?
Yeah, but we're talking about literally Onyx. Onyx had literally. Onyx only had one album.
Felix, you're a little younger than us, so by the time you got into listening to rap, I'm asking the question. No. Listen. What I'm saying is,
we're
Slam
aged adults at this point.
Slam changed rap. It did.
It came in the same point that Helter Skelter came out.
Helter Skelter, Brian. Come on. We're not gonna do that to Onyx. Helter Skelter. What the hell does Skelter do? Put out that can compare to Slam? No, Brian.
What was the wait? What was the difference? Where the time frame between Back the Fuck Up and Cypress Hills? I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the Cypress Hill album.
To Brian's point, he thinks here is something that you can't understand. How I can just kill a man. Yeah. I don't know if that's Cypress Hill's biggest song. I think Insane in the Membrane is Cypress Hill's biggest song. Insane in the Membrane.
Those two songs are probably
very
transcendent of.
But as far as the catalog,
transcendent. Yeah. So
the catalog of Cypress Hill compared to the catalog of Onyx. You guys are muted. I can't hear you guys.
I'm muted.
Why? They mute themselves. You see the mic, right? The mic is really muted.
Yeah, it's muted.
When Slam came out, black folks started doing mosh pits in rap music. They did that with Slam and Onyx first.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is,
the first time you heard Sticky come out, bro, it's Sticky. Like when Sticky first came out, when his first hit, come on, we went crazy.
But what you gotta understand is we're talking about. I mean, and so the view that I have for this is consistency and longevity, right? I can book Cypress Hill right now for like a 420 event, and they're still gonna rock out. I can't necessarily book Onyx right now.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I can book Onyx. Where? Where?
You can book them.
Where? I can book Cypress Hill from coast to coast.
Say what?
I can book Cypress Hill from coast to coast. I can book Cypress Hills out here in Colorado, and they're gonna sell more than Onyx is in Colorado. I'm just being honest.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. Okay, listen. If we do a poll, and ask, name me 5 Cypress Hill songs.
Cypress Hill is going to sell more in Colorado than Onyx, bro.
Hey, let's keep it 100. Because back, as we get older, we start forgetting shit, right? You can't ask somebody on the internet. You gotta pop up on the ask them on the spot. Yo, name me 5 Cypress Hill songs, or else everybody be quick to go on their phone, right? Nah, no phones. If I ask you on the spot right now, since I got you right here, you just told me right there that Cypress Hill is bookable. Name me 5 Cypress Hill songs. And I'm looking at your eyeballs right there. Let me get closer. I'm looking at your eyeballs.
We not gonna in this circle.
Name 5.
In this circle,
Yes.
In this circle, we can't do that. I'm not talking about this circle. I'm talking about the fan base in the audience at Red Rock in Colorado. At Red Rock in Colorado, Cypress Hill is going to outsell Onyx.
It's different. It's different.
Are you equating just because of the weed element?
Whatever.
You can't say whatever though. Because here's
Whatever
the thing.
the situation is.
Well, okay, let me ask you this question. Why I need to do I understand, I respect that you're saying it, but I need to know why you're saying that Cypress Hill is more bookable than Onyx. If we're talking, let's be honest. There's going to be an age group
catalog,
right? Do you agree with that?
It's the catalog, T. It's purely the catalog. An Onyx fan, I can't name an Onyx fan outside of the Northeast. I can't. I can give you more of a fan base of Cypress Hill on more of a global scale. T.
I don't know if that's true, bro. I don't know if that's true because
then you know what? Then prove. Listen. We're gonna have to prove each other wrong. That's it.
You know that's what we love that type of stuff.
And that's all exactly.
We love that type of stuff. And so here's the thing, though.
Exactly.
Listen. So I think the fact that Cypress Hill has built a career about being weed heads. You know what I'm saying? That may be an element. But if we're talking about those are two 90s rap groups. So the age group the age group that's gonna even you hear Cypress Hill torn and Onyx torn. A 25-year-old is not gonna give a fuck about either one. Let's be 100. Let's be 100.
What was that? What was that movie?
A 25-year-old doesn't even know who the fuck either one of them are. Right?
What was that movie? What was that movie when Jason Sudeikis was up there arguing with the kid about LeBron to Michael Jordan, and he said, "That's the only argument I need, Sean." Like that's
probably beat together, but I don't know.
That's the only argument I need. If we're going to base it off of weed, that's the only argument I need. See?
But I disagree. Because, and this is why, because we're talking about cachet in a sense. Sticky Fingers and Further Star are more popular entertainers than Be Real is.
Outside of Onyx, they don't know them because of Onyx.
They're more popular entertainers. They don't know them because of Onyx. They know them because they were actors.
Be
real. What up? You've only been subjected to Be Real from a music standpoint.
That's what we're basing this off of.
But we talk about cachet. Sticky Fingers is a known actor. Further Star is a known actor. He's been seen in movies. The young kid. But
being an actor and being an artist are two different things. I'm not gonna know.
Let me get there. So you talking about who recognizable, yada yada yada. A young kid who may not know either one of those groups by their musical prowess, right? They see they see Cypress Hill, don't know nobody. They see Onyx, they made those Further Star from Sunset Park. Or Moesha or whatever they made no sense.
Bro, we're not. Bro, nobody 20 years younger is gonna know about
Sticky Fingers.
No.
Don't think the white people don't know about Sticky Fingers.
No.
Eminem talked about Sticky Fingers enough. He's listed Sticky Fingers as one of his top.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Outside, where have you? I'm being purely honest with you. Where have you lived? Where have you lived outside of?
Oh, you gonna pull that card?
No, I'm not. I'm
gonna be close.
Please, I'm asking you. I'm asking you a simple question.
You son of a bitch! You gonna pull that card? You gonna come here on my show and call me a basic bitch? on my own
No,
show.
I'm not. T. No, listen to me. Look at me. I know. That's it. I know you. I know you. I know you're feeling that. I know you're feeling that, T. I know you're feeling that. All I'm asking is, where have you lived outside of DC, sir? That's what I'm asking.
Ron, I have lived.
I'm asking a question, see, sir.
I have lived in Maryland, in DC, and Virginia, and I've spent time in North Carolina. So basically, that's it.
So is it safe to say that your observation might be a little bit obscure?
Possibly.
But that's all I'm asking, T. That's all I'm asking. Okay, go ahead.
But okay, let me counter ask a question.
Go ahead.
In any other state that you lived in, how many times have you had an Onyx versus Cypress Hill conversation?
Never. Never.
I rest my case.
But do I know? But wait. But who gets talked about? But who gets talked about more? Cypress Hill or Onyx? Cypress Hill.
I don't know that that's true.
Because you lived in where?
I mean, I gotta take you at
because you lived where,
I have to take you at your word.
Listen to you. Listen real quick. I'm not gonna have a conversation to win the conversation. That's not me. That's never been me. I'm not gonna have a conversation to win the conversation. Numbers lie, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. I'm basing it off of coast to coast. I'm gonna base it off of coast to coast wherever we're at. Onyx is not talked about outside of the Northeast. That's all I'm saying. But where I've been, Cypress Hill is more global.
Facts.
It's not facts.
Thank you, Felix. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
So okay. This is my pushback. It's because you're saying global. Global means the world, right?
Yeah.
I would have.
Cypress Hill can go outside of the United States of America. Cypress Hill can go outside of the United States of America and rock a crowd. Can we say the same thing about Onyx?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Freddie Gibbs can go to Belgium. Then Onyx can go to
Yes.
Where?
I believe Onyx said yes.
Wait, where did Freddie Gibbs get locked up at? Where did Freddie get?
I don't know.
If Freddie Gibbs can get locked up, motherfucking wherever.
Hey yo, Ron, T, B, it's been real. I gotta be in the work in the morning, but yo, we're gonna chop. We gotta do this a little bit early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love you too, bro. But T, T, I love you, boy, but you tripping, dog. Honest is not global, bro. He's not global, dog. I'm out, yo.
If Onyx isn't global, Cypress Hill is not global. If Onyx is not global, Cypress Hill is not global.
Wait, you said wait. You said if Onyx is not global, Cypress Hill isn't global?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, Ron, did you hear what I said? You gotta quote the whole thing. I said, if Onyx isn't global, then Cypress Hill isn't global.
Yo, T, all I'm gonna say is, you're fucking, listen, T, you're fucking necessary, T. You're fucking necessary in everything we do. You're fucking necessary because we need the other observation as opposed to the realness.
I didn't watch it. I know what happened. I know what happened. Yes, they died. Everybody died.
Whoa. Spoiler alert. Brian's, what is happening? All right, so we about to get him out of here. But before we go, Brian, what you got for us? Ron?
Say one more time. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
What you got for us before we get out of here tonight?
If I can honestly touch on the whole Britney Griner thing, like Griner thing, like,
Fuck that.
it's amazing to me what we are.
Oh, that's true though.
If we can touch on that real quick, I mean, just
Go
for me,
ahead.
it's just,
We can talk about it.
I don't get it, and I apologize to you guys, but I just don't understand it, man. We're willing to give up somebody that has had so many accounts of just. It's like comparing apples to oranges. Like, we're willing to trade somebody that's been like just a monster compared to somebody who had a vape pipe, a smoke pipe in her bag. This is where this world is. This is where the world is right now. Like, to me, it's mind-boggling to me. Like, she is an NBA. She's an athlete, and we're willing to trade her for like a murderer. Like, I can't. I have no faith. Listen to me. I have no faith. You're talking to a guy, BT. You're talking to a guy who has no faith in humanity at all.
No faith in what?
I have no faith in humanity at all.
But she's a woman beater.
She's a woman beater? Wait, you say she's a woman beater?
I did.
I don't, and that's my ignorance, because I don't know that.
Yeah, she did get catch a case.
Yeah,
she caught a DV case a couple years ago.
Yeah, she's a woman beater.
So her being in prison over there is justifiable?
I don't think it justifies that.
No, I just don't care. I don't care.
So you don't care about it either way.
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucking with you, baby. Hey, listen. You drove the hard line in the Cypress Hill thing, so I had to get at you, dog. No, it's fucked up.
Wait, say one more time, man. Wait.
You drove the hard line in the Cypress Hill thing, so I had to get at you. But no. Don't you do that? Listen, because you pulled up. Listen, she is in the parking lot. She's a woman. But no, it shouldn't equate to her being stuck in prison over a fucking vape pen. Like, but thing about it is, I don't know what the laws is for vape pens in that country.
Right.
I think it's stupid. I think they
regardless of what the laws is, whether or not you think the laws are stupid or not, what are the laws on vape pens? Is she the only one pen for vape pens?
Has she been there 50 times and had a vape pen?
I don't know. Don't fucking matter.
I think it does.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't matter.
I absolutely do think it.
Hey, so she should get a slap on the wrist. Oh, I didn't talk with deniability. What did you learn? So you went to job school. You went to job school, right? All right, Ron, you went to job school?
You're celebrity.
Ron, you went to job school?
That's what fucked up.
Did you go to driving school?
Did I go to where?
Did you go to driving school when you got your license?
Yeah, right.
One of the things you learn about being on the road is plausible deniability does not get you off the hook. Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Fact. Okay.
Okay. So the fact that
the law bending when it wants to.
Hey, nigga, the law bends when it wants to when you want to roll too. Sometimes you get a ticket. Sometimes you go to jail. Sometimes the police officer gives you a warning and say keep on driving. Now, are they being heavy-handed because it's American? Absolutely. But the thing about it is, if you're American and you're over there, be on your fucking P's and Q's.
That's one thing,
right? Be on your P's and Q's. Hey, as a black man, real quick, as a black man, are you gonna if you know an area isn't the most loving of black people, Are you gonna go out there slipping?
No.
Hell no. You'll be the judge. I'm sorry she stuck over there. And I hope they figure out a way to get her home.
Yeah, I'm not like coming.
So she can come back home and beat on some women again. At least
So
at least
T, so
doing it at
T,
home.
what I'm understanding. So T,
Get off being a celebrity. Oh, I'm a celebrity.
what
So
I'm understanding is abide by the rules as where you are. Is that what you're saying?
no, what I'm saying is, you know that certain areas it ain't sweet. Like even fucking ASAP Rocky. Look, you saw what happened to ASAP Rocky. He almost caught. Look how long he was locked up for some simple shit in the foreign lane.
That was rape.
But he didn't do it though.
Yeah, absolutely. Freddie Gibbs didn't do it either.
He wasn't. My whole point. He didn't do it, and look how long he was there. She's guilty of a crime.
Savages, they fucking Dominican.
But what I'm saying is, she's guilty of a crime. She had to finish.
Do you know that?
Yeah,
They said it.
okay, you're right. According to what we've heard, she's guilty of the crime.
They also said that Ukraine is part of their country that they're invading.
All right, cool. That's cool. But based on what's being told, she's guilty of a crime.
Okay, cool.
Right? Not accused
The
of.
United States does that all the time.
Not accused of. She's guilty of a crime.
Walter Scott was aggravated assaulting a police officer before he got shot in the fucking back.
Absolutely was. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's not my whole. My point is.
That's my whole point.
My point
My
is.
whole point is the authority fucking says what the fuck they want when they want to.
So if it happens here, to their own people.
Anybody that listens to this podcast do not believe the initial police report at all at any time. At any given point at any time.
Brittany Griner is not 10.
Do not believe in any police, any government reports initially at any given time at all.
Especially if you're in Russia.
Period.
Because the report that has switched up. Am I right?
Yeah, she's been locked up for 45 years. I don't care.
Hey, listen.
I'm just saying.
Don't believe none of that shit.
Don't believe in any report of the police department at any police department. I don't give a fuck where it's at.
I mean, you can't say don't believe in any of them.
No.
Because
Initial
Gotcha.
to the media, do not believe any initial report to the news media by a spokesperson at any given time, including an indictment. They lie when they don't have to at every possible turn. It doesn't. It's proven over and over and over again. No, don't believe them. No, I'm not even like.
Okay.
Being
Would
black.
that
I'm
be
not
said?
being black doing that. I'm just saying.
So if it's found that she actually is guilty of this, then what?
65 days and she's been there for 3 months. Let her go. She was smoking a vape pen. Cool.
But what is their law on it though?
I don't give a fuck what their law is.
So at the end of the day,
3 months. So she should die because she's no. Smoking vapes should die in Russia. That's what the law is. That's so. Do you know
what the law says?
Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. She's been there for 3 months. What is the law?
My whole point is, at the end of the day, keep your fucking head on the swivel.
Obviously.
You know, that's my whole point. I also say let the girl come home.
Obviously, I don't want nobody to be nowhere.
So she can come home and be nowhere again.
Yes.
And then get off with something.
If you're in a foreign country, do not break the fucking laws. Absolutely. Also, nobody should be sentenced to fucking 3 months for a fucking vape pen when you know these fucking Russians are fucking smoking opium from fucking Afghanistan for fucking opium ass days.
So this is I mean
in Moscow, shut the fuck like.
So here's the thing though. They also where was she? Like there's a whole bunch of things, like we in our hotel room, like there's a whole bunch of things. But at the end of the day, we all agree is that it's something that's minuscule that shouldn't be fucking ruining your life.
It's obviously
Right.
probably that she did something wrong, that they could hold her for whatever reason. They're exploiting it.
I know we're about to get out of here, and I'm glad Ron brought this up because this is the last thing we'll talk about. We got 5 minutes time to talk about it. 5 minutes.
Okay.
How that girl lied about saying she got shot in the foot and it was glass. Oh my God.
That was a lie.
Oh my
No,
God.
not
What?
the doctor's report was a lie too. That report that they said it wasn't glass was a lie too.
So what was it?
The initial report that came out
No.
said she had bullet fragments in her leg.
Right. But you said don't believe the first one. So do you believe it is now?
I said don't believe police reports.
So what
I
I'm
didn't say don't believe doctor's reports. Those are two
you,
different things.
what I'm asking you is based on what you heard and thing, what do you think?
What I think is I believe she thinks somebody shot her. I believe somebody shot at her. I don't know if a bullet went into her foot. I don't know if Tori shot the bullet that went into her foot. I don't know. And I'm not going to fucking speculate. I don't give a fuck that much. That's the real shit. And the niggas, so I'm just going to speak to the niggas.
Talk to these niggas.
I'll speak to
Talk
both.
to these niggas.
The motherfuckers that want to make fucking Tory Lanez your avatar and Kevin Samuels your avatar, y'all some weird ass motherfuckers.
Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels.
Fuck that nigga.
No,
too.
rest in peace to him though.
Fuck.
Nah, I mean cool, but rest in peace to him.
No, wait. What I'm saying is, not fuck him in the way that saying like he didn't deserve some of the ridicule that was what it was, but you need to stand on what the fuck you stood on. You stood on that in life? Niggas didn't fuck with you, and people didn't fuck with you, then the niggas that didn't fuck with you gonna fucking talk shit about you.
Obviously.
So it is what it is. I didn't give a fuck one way or the other. He didn't affect my life.
You did mine.
Fuck
And
that nigga.
from
Like,
an entertainment standpoint. From an entertainment standpoint.
Yeah, no, I didn't give a fuck about the calling people high value, low value, and basing that on your income and shit like that. That's not the way to go about fucking life, especially in 2022. Especially when robots are taking jobs at this level. It's just a lot of things that go into that. Anyway,
as far as the whole Megan Stallion, we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. I feel as though the PR team took it and ran with
they did her
whatever.
disservice. They did her disservice, especially when she lied about not.
They did her a disservice. Yeah.
She fucked him.
That's my observation.
See,
She was fucking.
there you go. See, the way Brian phrased that, they used that as a soundbite. He said she fucked him. No. When you say she fucked him, that would lead somebody to wiggle room of saying at one time. They was fucking.
That's why they was in Colorado.
Yeah.
But
yeah. They were low key.
I don't know all the things I don't know. Just like I said, I don't give a shit that as much as I don't give a shit as much as I don't want to make myself an avatar for men as fucking Tory Lanez. He's not an avatar. He's a 5 foot nothing. Canadian bullshit ass nigga. No, my bad.
I don't know. Wait. I don't give a fuck about him. Wait, hold on. Don't listen. I'm not the spokesperson for Canada. No, wait, let's just
Oh,
clear that up. Right.
It's like, look, bro, he's not I'm just like Future with this fucking weird ass online fixation with Russell Wilson. Yo, fam, I don't even like Russell. I like Russell Wilson as a football player, but I think he's disingenuous too. Like, but you're not gonna make him into some weirdo. Like, y'all making him into something he's not. Just like you're making Future into something he's not. Y'all they're giving these fucking celebrities this avatar weird ass like guy like status.
I mean, DK Metcalf said it best. If it's what did he say? He said if it's corny to be a provider in a husband,
leave that nigga alone.
I'm gonna be corny. I'm just gonna be corny. I'm gonna be that guy.
And I don't. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Russell Wilson is corny for that or anything. I'm saying I feel like he has like a real life, like we have this difference of opinion a little bit. He comes up with this company man, like it's go Hawks, like, and he's not the Hawk no more,
Right.
obviously. But like this, like real, I don't know, it's real over the top. And
It does.
And that's disingenuous to me. But I understood it because of what he's a black man in a space that regularly promotes white men in that position. So I understood it to that point, and I fuck with her. I wish he was a third round pick for the Redskins, then whatever, Washington. I'm not saying that he's wrong for doing that. All I'm saying is like I get people it rubs people the wrong way. I get the people that it rubs the wrong way. Because it rubs me to a certain point the wrong way.
It does to me too.
Okay, so but what I
rubbed it the wrong way? It's Sierra. She rubbed it the wrong way. I think she's the reason why people view Russell Wilson the way they view him. I think
no. Because I thought about this. I looked at Russell Wilson the same way, regardless. I didn't even know.
But it wasn't amplified though. It wasn't amplified because she went to a polar opposite of who Future represents.
Russell Wilson always looked at. I always looked at Russell Wilson as the type of nigga that ties his Timberland boots all the way up to the last island.
That's what you're looking at wrong. I'm gonna say that's your problem. Right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's your problem. Because
why?
Russell Wilson ain't the type of nigga to wear Timberland boots at all. When you got your shorts on and your socks and your Timbs on, Russell Wilson got his shorts and his socks and his boat shoes. He got the boat shoes. No, he got the polo on, but he got the polo on.
Good. Listen,
the blackness in him allowed him to tuck the polo in.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy too. See, that's a great analogy too.
He has the polo on. He has the cargo shorts and the boat shoes. He just doesn't tuck the polo in. That's the difference. It's a big difference.
That's another good analogy.
It's a big difference, though.
That's another good analogy.
We all have jobs we sort out and put on the polo every now and then. Right? Sometimes you have it where you're around certain people and you have to tuck your polo in. Sometimes you don't. And we all know when we do and we don't have to. So but we're not going in that head. You tuck the polo when you have to. Russell just feels like he is always where he got it tucked in.
My thing is
that's all.
More so than not. Right.
Sarah or whoever.
Oh, I judge her. I judge her.
I don't care.
Oh, I judge her.
So what I'm saying is, I don't know enough to care enough.
Man, you know listen. Sierra had a video that couldn't get played on mute because she's popular. All right. Hey, listen. We went on there. Hey, listen to this. I'm gonna get you in here real quick. Before we get out of here today, I want y'all to look forward to T doing this. I'm about to start doing movie reviews. Brian's on my ass about that. Pause. Brian has been on my ass about doing reviews. I'm about to start doing reviews for y'all.
2 minutes or so.
Shit, I'm too long-winded. He said he wants to. It's gonna be tough for me to do it because I'm long-winded the motherfucker. He won't be doing it in 2 minutes. So it's gonna be like I'm a fast forwarder for y'all. I'm gonna be like
we're gonna hit the algorithm.
Brian has been networking like a motherfucker on social media and on Twitter, and he's about to have us in a new space.
We're on Live Waves.
We're
on Black. We got a website going. We should have that announcement on.
You said Blue Check, right?
We're Blue Check. Yeah, Blue Check on Live Waves. Shout out to Black Women Media.
Drops Friday.
Black Women Social Media. And we're going to we're gonna have the Wix site up and published with a few posts by the end of the week, and we'll definitely have Ron. I don't know Ron. Ron's doing a bunch of shit over there in Colorado, and we got Felix and we got everybody doing a bunch of stuff. So
The shirt is crazy.
We'll announce it on Facebook, and we'll have all the social sites coordinated.
You been on the ride up?
Um,
One.